Yes, welcome back to yet another episode of Bezos Chiwozi. I hope you are doing well. I hope your weekend was okay. Yes, right into the episode. I want to talk about what sits at the bottom of your mind. We hear this statement very many times. At the bottom of your mind, at the bottom of your thoughts, at the bottom of what? This is what you should remember, things like that. But what actually sits there? What sits at the bottom of your mind? Because when they tell you when you're going to make an agreement or something, they tell you at the bottom of your mind you should know that this and this and this and this. I know it's an expression, but personally I believe there could be something bigger than just the expression. And so that's why I'm doing this episode. Because most of us sound reasonable. We explain the decisions we make. We justify our actions. We look like we're in control. But then, when things happen, it happens that we tend to have these decisions come from one line or one conscious thought. And most of them just come from the belief systems we have, the quiet fears we have, the past experiences, the assumptions. So in this sense, whatever comes in the bottom of your mind tends to come from any of those things I've just said. From the beliefs, the quiet fears, the past experiences, and the assumptions. Because every time you use that statement, at the bottom of your mind, you should know. It means there's either an assumption, there's a past experience, there's a belief system that you have, something. So even when you think something is logical, it could be actually your brain executing on a given script, saying, because this is how we handle this situation, this is how Andrew handles this situation, it plays that in front. So that's how you handle it. So the reason of doing this episode is mainly to understand if there is actually something that sits at the bottom of our minds and it is created by the beliefs, the quiet fears, the past experiences we have had, the assumptions that we have made in life, then what do we do about it? Because we believe that these things are what are going to make you make the decisions or the choices in your life. Because as you may think that you're using a logical mind to come up with these things, you are not. You are coming up with them from the sense of your bottom, from the sense of the bottom of your mind. So yeah, sit down and relax, because there is some little bit of knowledge I believe you may get from this episode. At the back of your mind is the base of very many life decisions. At the back of your mind, you should know this and this and this. At the back of your mind, this is what is happening. At the back of what, this is happening. That is the base of very many life decisions. Everything is fixed to it. Whether positive, whether negative, whether it's the hesitation, the delay, the avoidance, it all connects back to what is at the bottom of your mind. And if it sits there for so long, it will become your reality. So, what should you look out for? First, look out for the things that have stayed in you for a long time. Look at the most obvious thing that happens when you are up to make a decision, very tough decision. What are the things you look at? What are the few things that you avoid? That's how you will know what is at the bottom of your mind. I was told that there is a free way to work on this, and that is just repositioning your priorities. When you reposition your priorities, you wire the back of your mind or the bottom of your mind to reframe whatever comes up. So if someone tells you to do something, at the back of your mind, you will have the structure set on decision making. What do I look for when I'm making a decision? What do I look for when I'm doing this? We are the most advanced robot that God ever created. And funny enough is that we can program ourselves. However much He programmed us, we can program ourselves. So every idea, everything that you have done in this world is not new to the face of the world. And that means that you should be able to use your mind to search for how people did that or how people came up with a solution for that. So the bottom of your mind should have more than just your experience. Should have multiple experiences. That's how it will best make a better decision. Do not do things on assumption, on beliefs, because when you leave it at an assumption, the assumption becomes your reality at some point. And ideally, that is not the place that you want to be in, living on assumptions. Oh, maybe that guy is just sick. At the bottom of my mind, I think that guy was just unserious. No. Confirm it, confirm the bias, and see that you move to the next level. But the idea of this episode was that there is something at the back of your mind, but you can control it, because the back of your mind is what contributes, I would say, 80 or 70% of the decisions that you make. They are all governed by that back of your mind. So sit, relax, and always think, how do I structure best the back of my mind to help me make better decisions of life, to help me live a better life? I'll not add a lot about this whole thing, because I'm also trying to figure out what is at the back of my mind. Otherwise, this is this episode. I hope you love it, and share it with your friends, relatives. This was Bezos Chibozi. See you next week.